In the modern NFL, are defensive players who can consistently pressure a quarterback are among the most valuable assets any team can have. One of the most dominant pass rushers in a recent season have been Trey Hendrickson. Known for his relentless energy, explosive speed, and ability to disrupt offenses, Hendrickson has built a reputation as one of the league's most dangerous defensive ends. His journey from a developing college athlete to an NFL star is a story of determination, hard work, and incredible talent. Trey Hendrickson was born on December 5, 1994 in Orlando, in Florida. Growing up in Florida, a state famous for producing an elite football talent, Hendrickson developed a deep love for a sport at the young age. During his years, he displayed a natural athletics ability and strong competitive instinct. Coaches quickly noticed his aggressive playing style and his ability to dominate an opponent on defensive side of the ball. At Apocuppa High School in Florida, Hendrickson began to build his reputation as a powerful defensive player. His speed, strength, and ability to chase a quarterback made him one of the most promising young defenders in his region. His performances eventually attracted the attention of the college football program across the United States. Hendrickson decided to play a college football for the Florida Atlantic. At Florida Atlantic, Hendrickson developed into one of the most dominant defensive players in the program's history. He became famous for the incredible ability to rush the quarterback and disrupt offensive plays. During his college career, Hendrickson produced impressive statistics including 29.5 career sacks, 42 tackles for loss, and numerous quarterback pressure. As several forced fumbles, his aggressive pass rushing style made him a nightmare for offensive linemen. Hendrickson's ability to consistently break through offensive lines helped him to become one of the most productive defensive players in the college football. During his time at Florida Atlantic, because of these performances, NFL scouts began to view him as a promising defensive prospect with high upside. In the 2017 NFL Draft, a New Orleans Saints selected Trey Hendrickson in the third round. All thought he did not immediately become a starter. Hendrickson spent his early season developing his skills and learning from experienced veterans on a Saint roster. Those years proved extremely valuable for his development. He improved his pass rushing techniques, strength and conditioning, and game awareness, defensive positioning. Gradually, Hendrickson began to earn more playing time and demonstrate his ability to impact games. Hendrickson's career truly exploded during the 2020 NFL season with a New Orleans Saints. That season, he recorded 13.5 sacks, multiple quarterback hits, and numerous pressure on opposing quarterbacks. These breakout performances instantly elevated Hendrickson's reputation across the NFL. Teams began to view him as one of the most dangerous emerging pass rushers in a league. Following his breakout season, Hendrickson signed a major free agency contract with. The deal was reported worth about $60 million over 4 years, showing how highly the Bengals valued the defensive ability. The Bengals were looking for a powerful edge rusher. Since joining Bengals, Hendrickson has continued to perform at an elite level. He quickly became the leader of Bengals pass rusher, constantly applying pressure to opposing quarterbacks. His defensive performances played an important role in helping the Bengals to become one of the strongest teams in the NFL. Hendrickson possesses several qualities that make him one of the best defensive ends in the NFL. One of the Hendrickson's greatest strengths is his lightning fast first steps off the line of scrimmage. These allow him to beat offensive tacklers before they can properly set their blocks. Hendrickson uses a variety of techniques to defeat blockers, including spin moves, power rushes and speed rushes, and fighting techniques. These moves make him extremely difficult for offensive linemen to contain. One of the Hendrickson's most admired traits is his non-stop effort. Even when a play seems over, he continues chasing the quarterback until the whistle blows. As he gained experience, Hendrickson also became an important leader in the locker room. His work ethics and competitiveness inspire teammates. And important to a Bengals defense, the Bengals lean heavily on Hendrickson to create a defensive pressure. His presence on a field forces opposing offenses to adjust their blocking schemes, often requiring a double teams or extra protection. This creates opportunities for other defensive players to make big plays. In a modern football, elite quarterbacks dominate the game. Because of this, teams must have defensive players capable of disrupting a passing attacks. Pass rushers like Trey Hendrickson are extremely valuable because they can sack the quarterback, force turnovers, and disrupt offensive timing. Also change the momentum of the games. These abilities make a pass rusher some of the highest paid players in the NFL. As Hendrickson continues his career, he is expected to remain one of the most important players on the Bengals defense. If he maintains his current level of performances, he could earn a multiple Pro Bowl selection, complete the Defensive Player of the Year awards, and continue breaking team defensive record. His combination of the talent, work ethics, and experience make him one of the most respected defensive players in the league. So, the story of Troy Hendrickson is a powerful example of determination and perseverance from his early football today in Florida and become a dominant force in the NFL. And Hendrickson have been already signed a new contract in the Dallas Cowboys, still determined to bring another championship to the Dallas, and the message is clear. This is no longer about a potential, it's about a result. So a Dak Prescott era in the Dallas Cowboys is the stability or final chapter on the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. A quarterback, Dak Prescott remains the centerpiece of the Cowboys, but the questions about his long-term future have only intensified. Prescott has consistently delivered a regular season performance, yet postseason struggles continue to define the narrative around him. As contract discussions evolve, Dallas faces familiar dilemma: commit full to Prescott as their franchise QB or explore aboard alternatives in a rapid changing NFL landscape. Insiders suggest that while Jerry Jones still believes in Prescott, patience is wearing thin among fans who demand a deeper playoff run. So if you didn't make subscribe, please make subscribe for Cowboy Insiders in order to bring and to develop our Cowboy Insiders platform. The next one is a CD Lamb. CD Lamb is offensive superstar calling the Lord. A wide receiver, CD Lamb has firmly established himself as one of the NFL elite offensive weapons. So entering in 2026, Lamb is not just a top receiver, he is arguably the face of the Cowboys offense. After a multiple explosive season, CD Lamb's role continue to expand, primarily deep threat, reliable possession receiver, and leader in the locker room. The Cowboys have already made significant financial commitment to CD Lamb, signaling that he will remain a cornerstone of the franchise for years to come. So that's why the Dallas Cowboys still focusing on a CD Lamb contract. The Micah Parsons is a defensive dominance and leadership. Defensively, everything resolved around Micah Parsons. Parsons continues to dominate opposing offensive with his versatility, speed, and relentless pressure. Whether leaning up as edge rusher, linebacker, he has to become one of the most feared defenders in NFL. So as of 2026, discussions about Micah Parsons are no longer about potential. They are about a legacy. Many analysts already consider him a perennial defensive player of the year candidate in the NFL, and also the emotional leaders of the Cowboys defense and future Hall of Fame trajectory players if he maintains this level. The Cowboys are expected to ensure a person to remain in a Dallas for long term, no matter the cost will require for a good player like Micah Parsons. So the head coach Mike Muscarath continues to face a heavy pressure entering this season. Despite maintaining a competitive records, the inability to translate a regular season success into a playoff victories has raised a serious concerns about the team leadership. So there are growing a whispers that could be make or break season for MC Croft, and a nearly playoff exit may trigger major coaching changes, and the Cowboys could explore a younger and more aggressive coaching options in the future of NFL and Dallas Cowboys. So the expectation is that Dallas will be simple: compete for the Super Bowl or face consequences. The Cowboys have approached 2026 off-season with a mix of cautions and urgency. While the care of the team remain intact, several areas still need improvement. So for the offensive line, once a dominant unity, the offensive line now faces a questions about consistency and durability. So strengthening protection for the Dak Prescott is a top priority. The ground attack has lacked explosiveness in recent seasons. Dallas is actively evaluating options to add a dynamic running running back who can complement the passing game. While the star like Micah Parsons lead the defense, a depth across a roster remain a concern, especially against an elite NFC offense. 2026 NFL Draft defining a moment. The upcoming 2026 NFL Draft, it represents a critical opportunity for the Cowboys to reshape their roster. So the Dallas is expected to focus on offensive line upgrades, defensive secondary reinforcement, and playmakers who can contribute immediately. Scouts believe this draft class offer a strong depth, so giving the Cowboys a chance to address multiple needs if they draft effectively. NFC competition growing stronger, so the road of the Super Bowl is not getting any easier. Within the NFL, the NFC continue to improve with several teams emerging as a serious contender. This means the Cowboys must elevate their performances to remain competitive among the league's elite. Fan pressure and American team identity. The Dallas Cowboys carry one of the most passionate and demanding fan bases in a sport. Known globally as American team, or which is the Dallas Cowboy, expectations are always high. However, decades without a Super Bowl appearance have led to increased frustration. Every decision, whether it's contract, coaching, or draft picks, is analyzed in details. For the Cowboys, success is not optional, it is expected. So 2006 could define the future of the franchise in the Dallas Cowboys. As of the April 11th, 2026, the Dallas Cowboys are left at the pivotal moment with an elite talent like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons. So the foundation is strong, but the talent alone is no longer enough. The 2026 season will answer a critical questions. So a Dallas finally break through in the playoffs. Is the current leadership capable of delivering a championship, or will major changes reshape the franchise once again? One this is certain: the spotlight the Dallas is brighter than ever. And